Hello everybody, and welcome back. My name is Ermys, and I'm here today to show you how I personally farm Maul East, this really well cared for place. Ugh, ogres. Anyway, as a priest, Maul East is probably your best bet at farming money, farming gold. Before we go inside, here are a few things that you need to do to properly be able to farm it. I'll write down in the chat for you. 1, get intellect and stamina. Basically, your gear needs to be specifically tailored to get you as much intellect and stamina as possible. Realistically, you need a bunch of intellect, and I'll show you why later on. Second, you need get into a group. Second, you need to get a group. The best thing to do is to find someone to help you get into a group with your alt. This is a second character I own. There's a different character. What I did was I messaged one of my guildmates, say like, hey man, help me group up with my alt. People normally know what this means. What they do is you invite that person into the group, make them a leader. Then you log into your alt. Then you have that person invite your alt into the group. They make you leader, and then they leave the group. And now there's my main character here and my alt here. So, what this allows me to do is to reset this dungeon without actually my character leaving it, which would be impossible either way, right? So that's why you need to get a group with your alt. Third, get water. You're gonna need water. You could ideally go for mage water, the best kind. You could also go for like morning glowing dew. With my gear, with my personal approach, I'll show you later on, this is actually tolerable. If you do it group by group, it's best to get water from like your fellow mage. I guess you could use this Blessed Sunfruit juice from Argent Dawn, but these would cost you like 2 gold per stack, and this would eat into your profits. So honestly, don't bother with them. Okay, you need to get water. And finally, 4, get some free time. You need a while to farm these. You need a while to farm this place, because priests, this particular farm nets around 40 gold per hour. And if you have to farm like 100 gold, 200 gold, 300 gold, that's already several hours of farming. So be ready to farm a lot. And finally, bonus, get herbalism. Bonus, get herbalism. About 40% of the income from this farm comes from being a herbalist, i.e. you basically get various herbs in there. So ideally you'll be a priest with herbalism, with high intellect and high stamina, with a group of your alt. You'll have a ton of mage water, and I'm talking tons, like a lot, right? Ideally, like if about 200 mage water, that's basically 10 stacks, would last you about a good several hours. Actually, that would last you a while, and they're fairly cheap to make. Ask a mage, give them a few gold total, and they'll be happy to make you this water, right? Get these. Now, regarding intellect and stamina, this is my current setup. What I'm running with. You can pause if you want to look. Some of these, like all of these right now, almost all of these are actually healing items, right? But most of these I just picked for the most intellect and stamina they had. Sit down and actually take a spreadsheet. Yes, I have a spreadsheet for this as well. Get a spreadsheet and write down every item you have their respective slot and how much intellect and stamina they give. Get this. You also care about hit rating. Damage and crit aren't really that much effective because you'll be using your Holy Nova spell, and Holy Nova barely benefits from anything. If you remember our healing bonus healing video when I just talked about my healing spreadsheet, this one, right? Holy Nova doesn't really benefit from your bonus healing. Neither does it benefit from your damage. So what you do is focus on intellect and stamina. Ideally, you should have, like people say, you should have like 6,000 mana total, but from my experience, 6,500, like 6,500 is the least you need to comfortably farm. I have 7,000 right now without buffs, without anything, so the more you get, the better. Because ideally, you just need to be able to cast 9 or 10 Holy Novas. I think it was 9 Holy Novas to kill one pack of those small plants that we need to kill. So yeah, that's your target. And whenever you're healing, whenever you're in a dungeon, maybe like these specifically are like raiding items. Of course, I'm a raider, right? But even in dungeons, when you're going to a dungeon, have the spreadsheet up and say your DPS, you have a mage or something, they don't want an item. Look at it. How much intellect does it give? Does this neck piece that you found give more than 14 intellect? Does it? All right, grab it and replace this. Like your normal healing items, just shove them in the back and free up as much backspace as you can. Sadly, I still need some basic items. I always carry my herbalism bag with me. So this and the bare essentials like the mount, like the hearthstone, etc. This one bag. That leaves me with 3 bags. Clear these bags up, only have water in them, and you're good to go. Now, let's go inside. I'll show you 2 runs. One run I will do slowly, just to show you guys how this goes. The second run I'll show you like with my full speed. Okay, as you run in here, remember there's always a patrol coming up from here. So come into this corner right here and wait for him to pass. Normally I wait until he reaches that crack over there, because then it's just safe for me to run over here. Help yourself in. Slash spit. I hate you. Right? And what you do is you jump down here. Those little guys down there, see, whiplashers, they're the ones that we need to kill. Now, I'm used to jump, like I can just jump in straight on top of them and start hitting them like this. But honestly, it's safest to jump down here, like on the edge of this tree right here. Just run off. Boom. Go down here. Heal up. Normally, no rush. Also, I'll get this interface out of here. All right, go away and even, yeah. So, we're down here, we're safe. First of all, avoid these patrols. Your job will be to kill these small guys, these guys, while dodging those big guys. Those patrol. There are several patrols here. I'll show you the routes of each one. Now, before we go in, this place is actually relatively safe. Before we go in, make sure to have your stamina buff on you. Like you need, of course you need health. Like get a spirit of a buff as well, because it's not really much, but if you have spiritual guidance, that'll give you some more spell damage. Get that. Definitely activate Inner Fire. This gives you armor, and you'll get a bunch of damage, a lot of damage from these guys, so keep your armor up. And before you go in, shield up. So activate shield on yourself, shielded. Honestly, you could like give it some time to refresh, like to gather some mana. The shield lasts a while. You could actually have it to full and then run in. Now, as you run inside, as long as you pull one of them, they will all attack you. Stand with your back to the wall and just keep clicking Holy Nova. Now what these guys are doing, they're hitting me, but my Holy Nova is healing me up. I'm out healing their damage, and at the same time I'm damaging them. Result is, they're dead, I'm alive. I refresh Inner Fire on myself immediately before the mana restoration begins, and I loot them. Loot from these guys is like gray items, like things you'll turn into trash and turn into vendors. Yeah, there we go. There are, I think, 2 or 3 gray items. These are actually pretty good vendor stuff. Like, do not throw these away. The stacks of these vendor in for a good like 15 gold at least around. You'll get actual flowers, actual herbs. All herbs. Like, you could get Peace Bloom, you could get Plague Bloom here. So all random herbs come out. Some of these, like Fire Bloom, I don't really care about, so I'll just throw it away. I don't care. Some of them I keep. Also, you will get actually a lot of this one, Heart of the Wild. This, personally to me, this is a useless herb, right? It's 40 silver per stack. They stack only in 10 each, 10 in a stack of 10, and in my opinion, they're just a waste of backspace. In alchemy, I don't think they're like used in a lot of useful potions. I never use these, so in my runs, I just throw these away. Heart of the Wild, throw it out, right? Also, like you'll get some of these truffles. This is food. I guess you could like sit down and like drink and eat at the same time. You could use them for that, honestly, but to me they're kind of trash too. And of course, you could get some green items, which you could either vendor in or even disenchant. And I personally have like an enchanter alt, so I use her to disenchant this stuff. And you could get a few epics. Epic items are incredibly rare, so don't really hope for them. In my experience, I've just vendored them because they don't really sell well on the auction house. But again, it depends on the server you're playing. Now, have Find Herbs active and look at the map. In here on the ground, you will find... Okay, gotta avoid these guys. See? They will walk all the way to this tree. But it's like if you're standing all the way in the corner, they shouldn't bother you. And they patrol all the way up to here. Now, on the ground, you'll find plenty of dream foil. This is an excellent way to gather dream foil. Translation: you can basically get a bunch of mana potions for this. Major mana potions. Ice caps aren't found here, but you can easily find the ice caps in Winter Spring. If you're a herbalist, right? Excellent place to farm ice caps, and no one's really bothering farming them. They're fairly cheap, so you could actually even buy on the auction house if you're an alchemist, right? So this place is an excellent place to get Dreamfoil and Grom's Blood. This guy, Grom's Blood. Basically, Dreamfoil and Grom's Blood are found on the ground here. I'll get that one afterwards. I'll move in there. Now, most of this is getting used to these guys patrolling. Now, before we continue, look at me. Look at me. Accept this. You will fail. You will die. These guys will find you at some point. Before it will take a while to get used to this. It's acceptable. Don't worry about it. Don't panic. You'll die. You'll realize what you did wrong, and you try again. So don't fret about it. Oh, I died a ton of times because I got used to it. I was goddamn terrified of entering here. I'm not kidding. I'm bad at this. All right, so don't worry. Finally, warpwood pods, these things. These either contain, these are 4 guys. These either contain 4 lashers, and they will open up as soon as you get close. Which actually isn't really too bad, I guess. That's extra loot, but it's just 4 of them. That's extra time, that's extra mana, etc. They're honestly a pain. Those things either have lashers, they always spawn in groups of 4, or they do area effect damage and they poison you. And what's annoying is that poison, even though no one's attacking you, that poison puts you into combat, so you can't really sit down and drink. That's annoying, right? Or they are harmless and you can easily approach them and right click them, and you could pick up one useless item, personally useless to me, that creates as sort of a pet that attracts aggro from monsters. Or they drop Runtum tubers, these things. And you can with cooking, you can turn these things into this, the only intellect food there is. Mages want this, warlocks want this. If you have any caster alt, they want this. It's not extremely expensive on auction house, so you won't really make a fortune with these, but it's a very healthy bonus for your farming if you're into that. Good tip, if you're a dwarf, you have find treasure, and that find treasure actually tells you which one of those warpwood pods are real, which ones are fake. The problem is, though, there are multiple layers to this dungeon. Up there are warpwood pods as well, and they show up on the map. It's like, it has happened to me many times that I would walk up to a warpwood pod, look at the map, and there's like a yellow circle about there. So I'd think, oh, it's safe, and boom, no, 4 lashers, they show up, I have to kill them, and it turns out that the yellow circle was for the warpwood pod somewhere up there. So don't trust this completely, but this could help you this could kind of help you more or less indicate whether or not you want to fight them. Now, back to herping. There are 2 special trinkets, 2 very important trinkets that I absolutely recommend that you get. First one is Essence of the Pure Flame. This trinket drops from Ragnaros in Molten Core. Yep, you have to raid for this, baby. Molten Core, Ragnaros, boom. This one. Not many people go for this. I guess tanks would be interested in this trinket for the extra aggro that it provides, but I have never seen this on any best in slot tank lists. So if you find this, it's free reign. Just take it, right? In your case, every time these little buggers attack you, they get hit for 13 fire damage. That adds up. That could help you in a tight spot. For example, if you have very little mana, this could kind of help you kill them faster. Like, this extra damage. The second trinket, and oh my god, is it special, is the Aegis of Preservation. This baby drops from Blackwing Lair. Blackwing Lair from one of the dragons. Hello. From Ebon Rock. Specifically from Ebon Rock. Like the Fire Maul, Ebon Rock, and like Flame Gore, they share some loot, some drops, but only Ebon Rock drops the Aegis of Preservation. This thing is priest specific. It's not on any best in slot list, so no one's really gonna bother with it. However, you are gonna grab it because look at what it does. It increases armor by 500. It's a use. Basically, you use it. 5-minute cooldown. Armor, don't really care. And heals 35 damage every time you take ranged or melee damage for 20 seconds. These things hit for like 50, 60. With this, it will halve their incoming damage. What this trinket actually does, it allows me to pull 3 groups of these lashers at the same time and nuke them down, and it keeps me alive through the duration. So That means that I don't have to sit down and drink after each group, which would be annoying, right? So definitely get these 2 trinkets. If you don't have these trinkets, get a healing trinket, get in some intellect trinket if you can, right? But absolutely, go for that. Now, before I put these on, I want to show you why the guides specifically recommend about 6,000 mana. Like, assuming you have mental agility, a talent that reduces the mana cost of your instant cast spells by 10%, your Holy Nova should cast 675 mana. Let's count how many hits it takes me to kill this group. Move back, to the wall, which is safest. Wait for them to come up. It'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and even 10. And like there's always like some ones that either resisted. Usually like ones that either resisted 1 or 2 of your hits. So you might need to finish them off with your wand or something. But see, it took me 10 hits, 10 casts of Holy Nova to kill these guys. 10 times this is 6,750. Considering that you could use Inner Focus to get 1 free cast, and considering that like technically you could kill you could do 9 casts and like kill the last few remaining. That's why people recommend over 6,000 mana. But that's a bare minimum. Go for more, absolutely go for more. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit down and sit down and drink. And I'm gonna put on the Essence of Pure Flame, this trinket. And we're going to do this again. This is slow, I know this is slow, but we're learning, right? Pre-shield, I forgot to do that. Yeah, tell you what, I'll drag them to that wall over there, it's safe. Follow me. Okay, now I'm wearing this. See, they're getting damaged as they hit me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. 9. 9 times 650 is just over 6,000. This trinket saved me 1 cast of Holy Nova. Basically, without this trinket, you need like 6,500-ish. With this trinket, 6,000 should be enough, right? So absolutely, definitely take this trinket next time you're in Molten Core. If there's, yeah, take these. Free for all, please. Thank you. Yeah, looting these guys is annoying. I don't really have any specific tips for you. How to loot faster, you're gonna have to go through that, right? So, this place, this area, is safe. This place is absolutely safe. You can sit here, run around, easy. Just don't go too far. While we're here, this guy, Deathlash, you cannot take him. You cannot kill him. You're a priest. You're bad at this. Why am I specifically talking about this guy right here? This spot is a spawn spot for a dream foil. Sometimes dream foil spawns here. I have never been able to get that dream foil without aggroing this guy. And allegedly there are some spots here where you can stand and these mobs will leave you alone, but I don't really know them very well, so I don't want to risk it, and I don't want to like teach you something wrong. But Essentially, when I see dream foil next to this guy, I just ignore it, unless you know something specific, some specific spot nearby. You should ignore it as well. Now, this is where we encounter the second patrol. These guys. Wait for these to pass. Ideally, you'll be drinking during this time. They go. Don't take any chances. Calmly. And run here. Right here. Like, as soon as you've passed this line, you're safe. The patrols won't bother you. Don't get too close here, or else you'll pull this group. Right here, you can sit down and drink. Like I'm full of mana, but this is a safe spot to drink. I'll turn on the NPC name so I can see them. Yeah, drink. Once you're drinking, don't fight them here. There's a patrol rolling through this area specifically. So what you do is pre-shield, run to them, and you need to drag them over here, back, all the way back. Like, run around this way, because if you run around from the left, that could they could sometimes like spaz out, go somewhere else, and you could accidentally pull this guy Deathlash. So don't bother. And so go around from here. Now, what you might have noticed is I keep these guys in front of me. Like, ideally, like, safest as you stand with your back to the wall. Why? These guys backstab. Like, normally they deal, like, you can actually take a look, like 74, 67, like 60-ish damage, right? But if they're behind you, sometimes they backstab for 150, basically for double that damage. If too many of them end up behind you, you might end up taking more damage than you can out-heal with your Holy Nova and die. So don't do that. Keep them behind you. Now here's a Chrome's Blood. Let me pick it up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, what you should do is basically you run that way, but first run through here, because sometimes dangerously close to this Deathlash down here a book spawns. These books are mostly trash, but sometimes they contain skill books, quest books that can be sold for a moderate amount of money on the auction house, or you might need it. So it's worth checking them out. I personally haven't found anything good, but they sometimes find something nice. All right. So avoid this second patrol here. This big guy is your friend. This big guy, what's his name? Old Ironbark. Hey, old man. He's your friend. Right under him, right here, is safe. No patrols you will not pull any patrols. You can sit here and drink. This is a perfect drinking spot. Essentially, once you're done collecting loot from those guys, run here and drink here, right? And once you're at full mana, you have a choice which way you want to go. There are two groups that way of lashers, and there are two groups this way of lashers, right? You can honestly choose either one, doesn't really matter. I honestly go this way first and then go here, but to show you that it doesn't really matter, I'll start this way. Now, how to keep these guys behind you? First of all, strafe, right? But you could, like, click Holy Nova and just slowly, see, slowly, too slowly. Slowly back away, and as you back away, they'll end up like standing in front of you. What they do is essentially they first come in front of you, they'll stand here, right? But then they realize that there are many of them together, so they'll start spreading out, and that's when some of them get an entrance, get a hit at your back. By walking back slowly, you keep them in front of you, and that's essentially, if you know where you go, if you know where you're going, for example, this area is also safe. If you know where you're going, then like this walking back thing is normal, and you don't have to like run to the wall every time and like stand uncomfortably like this, right? Oh, got a green. I thought we got a green item. What did we get? Ah, nothing. Okay. As usual, I try to keep the general chat closed because privacy, unfortunately, doesn't always work for me because I'm stupid, but okay, next is one group is hiding all the way back here, behind here. Alright, drink up, normally, take your time. Ideally, like these runs, at first, these runs took me about 20 minutes to complete. Now, it takes me about 8 minutes with this trinket, and I'll show you a fast run after this one. This will be extra slow, so I show you every detail I can, right? Run in, let's kill these guys as well. Boom. And the next run, I'll actually use the trinket, the Aegis, and you'll see just how amazing that thing is. Done. Yeah, green item. Yeah. Basically, what I do is that after you've done looting, just move your cursor over them. If your cursor stays as a hand, that means all of them are looted. But yeah, boom, that's our first green item. Glorious Sabatons of the Bear. Roar. You can actually get like pretty decent blue items here if you have an alt that you're leveling. You could like gather them here. So absolutely go for them. Now we have a dream foil over here. This area is not safe. That's what I needed to know. This area is not safe because sometimes in one of those satyrs, whatever those guys are called, satyrs, I think, the stealthy guy patrols all the way up to here. So if you're not careful, you might pull him and he might kill you. You could take him one-on-one. I'll try to take him one-on-one in this equipment, not really sure, but that'll be it. Pick up this dream foil, wait for these to go, and run. Your next stop. You could go all the way back there, but this spot right here, like off this platform, safest. Here is a safe spot. You can drink here and watch these guys run around on their duties. Right? Drink here, and your next target is this group over here. Again, as normal. Pre-shield. You could safely run back, because here's the point, don't fight them over here because that patrol will come and kill you. So instead, pull them like over here. Try to pull them from over this side. Basically, don't run too far this way too quickly, because some of them may see this pillar, and instead of coming around this way, they could come around from the other side. If they do that, there's sometimes a patrol here, and they might pull them, and I don't want to risk it that anyway. So you stand here, want them, they'll come close, and then move back. Like here is safe. You can like calmly loot them. See, I'm not waiting for the items to like pick up. I have auto loot on. If you don't remember, auto loot is here in interface options, controls, auto loot. Now, there are 2 patrols that run around here. 2 of them. Right? These are, we've met these guys when we were on that side. What do you need to be careful of? First of all, sometimes a dream foil spawns in this area, which is fairly easy to get. You need to avoid those patrols. But sometimes a Grom's Blood spawns further here. And that's more dangerous because it takes you a while to pick it up. And no, these guys aren't exactly gonna wait for you, so it's pretty difficult to pick up anything that's further out there. What I do is I wait for them to sync up. So I wait for them to both of those groups to come here, and after they leave, I go out and pick it up, and that normally gives me just barely enough time to take that Grom's Blood, take that herb. This is another place a book can spawn, right? So watch out here, essentially there at that lasher and here. Now this Warpwood Pod, again, let's check it out. Find treasure. All right, zoom in. See, directly in front of me, nothing yellow. So this is a trap. Now, what kind of trap? Yeah, let's check it out, because why not, right? Let's pre-shield just in case. Don't have a lot of mana. Like, honestly, you don't need full mana to kill these guys. Since there are 4 of them, you can just put Shadow Word Pain on each of them and just kill them that way. Let me run to it. Yeah, there we go. These guys spawned again. Like, if you're careful, it takes them a while to realize they exist. Just like when mobs spawn, it takes them a while to realize that, you know, you're nearby. So if you run past this thing, it's possible to just run past it without pulling these guys. So that's basically what you could do. Yeah, well, let's ignore them this time. So goodbye. And boom, we are here. This is the last group of lashers. Now, here is the Grom's Blood that spawned here. I normally, let's see if I can pick it up. That's the patrol. No, too close. Don't rush. Like, the important thing here is to not rush. It's better to take it slowly than to just die, because if you die, not only are you going to lose a lot more time because you have to run back, but you lose durability. Durability is money. And we're priests. We don't have a lot of money, so yeah, be careful. Now, last group. Oh my god, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. Oh my god. Pull. And you can just run back here. Be careful, there's a lasher. Death Lash here, so don't pull it. Wait for these guys to show up. Oh, they pulled these guys, their friends as well. So. Alright, let's start. And you finish them off. Now, once you're done killing this group, you have a choice. You can either stop here, and that's what I personally do, or you could continue. And I want to show you what happens if you continue. Right. Let's refresh our buffs. Normally this is where it ends. If you have extra time, you could go this way. Now I want to tell you why. The following areas, now can I show this on the map? Dharma East. Yeah, so this is the map of Dharma East, right? This is where we are. The next area, like this place here, there's a route that allows you to get up to 3 ghost mushrooms, these things. Now, you can randomly get them from these small lashers as well, but this route can contain 1, maybe 2, maybe none of these ghost mushrooms. So it's like honestly a gamble. What I'm used to doing is I deleted the macro. Okay, essentially on the other side of this place are mobs like Hydrospawn. Can I target him? No, I cannot. No. And also on this side there are setters. Sadly, I just don't remember their name, and I had them in the macro, but I deleted it. What you could do is stand here, target those things. You have to go there once, right? Use a macro, target them, then use mind vision to see what they see. And you could use this mind vision to jump from mob to mob safely from the safety of this spot right here, and to see if there are actually ghost mushroom spawns in the locations that I'm about to show you. So, first of all, pre-shield. Now, this place is where the stealthy guy runs around. I'm gonna actually try to take him. I don't know if I can actually kill him because I used to wear more damage gear when I was used to killing him, but yeah, these guys, like wild spawn rogues, basically these guys. So there's one. The patrol is probably there. No, here he is. See, he was all the way back there. He's stealthy, so you can actually notice him before he sees you. I'm gonna try to kill him. Some better view. So this is how I kill him. I take it easy, right? If you like start spamming spells at him, odds are you could run out of mana too soon. Since you're a healer, make sure to have renew ticking on yourself and just want him down. You could like shield yourself, put Shadow Word Pain on him, Mind Blast, and just take him down. He puts a poison on you, slowing poison. It is extremely annoying. Doesn't really do much for you specifically, but it's 20 seconds. You can kill him fairly. You can kill him like relatively easily if you don't rush it, and then for like 10 seconds you're slow. However, because dwarves are a superior race, we have Stone Form. Boom, which cancels poisons on you. This is actually extremely useful in Encourage and in Naxxramas. And you love these guys. Now, these guys, what they have, sometimes they drop Fell Cloth, which is actually a pretty decent way to make money. So sometimes they drop Fell Cloth, and honestly, just kill them and move on. Now, first spot. This is the first spot where a Ghost Mushroom can spawn. Right now, there isn't any. But even if you see a Ghost Mushroom, don't rush in, because not always, but sometimes these Shadow Stalkers spawn here. This is actually random. Sometimes they spawn here, sometimes they don't, right? Honestly, I don't think I can avoid him. He's a demon. I can't really use my Mind Soothe, so I'll have to kill him too. I'll try to do this quickly this time. But we need to walk past him. I'll just smite him down. Don't forget to shield yourself. Not really for the damage, but because as long as you have your shield up, he can't interrupt your casts. The super useful thing is they don't run away when they have low health. Otherwise, this would be impossible. They're demons. So, ooh, hello, Demonic Rune. Thank you very much. These things are very special, as you can see. There's like a better way to farm these specific ones is to go into Fellwood. Like in Fellwood, I think here and I think here there are a lot of these satyrs, and you could kill them, and they're much easier to kill, and you can kill many of them, and that's a good place to farm these demonic runes. But anyway, this is spot number 1. No Ghost Mushroom. Let's keep going. Now I'm gonna use Mind Division first. Now, if you have killed the patrol, it's safe to stand here. If you haven't killed the patrol, honestly, like you should stand kind of here, right? So he walks past you. But now that he's dead, we can take our time. Now, the next spot, and I'm actually gonna use Mind Division to travel there. It's over there. It's over on that side. I'll try to jump there. Mind Division here, and Mind Division to this slasher, this way. Sorry, man, I can't answer right now. See, I'm on the opposite side of where I was. This is the second spot. This is where a second ghost mushroom can spawn, and also where a second stealthy boy can also spawn, in addition to a patrol that goes over here. And the third one can spawn. How can I show you that? Actually, basically, if you go into this cave, right, which is opposite of where we are right now, if you go in here, you will come out up there on up there to the within near the next boss. I'll show you. Target Zevrim. Can I target him? Thorn hoof. I can't. I can. Okay, from here. Here. This is where you'll come out. Like this is on top right now. I am above the area where I was. Like, hold on. Here, see? I am down there, and when you go into that corridor, you'll come out here. No, don't bother with the boss. As soon as you come out, go to the right-hand side, and either here or I believe here, I actually forgot, haven't done this in a while, is the final third ghost mushroom spawn. And you if you run up here and actually jump on this ledge, like these guys can't really aggro you, so you can run along this ledge fairly safely. So basically, come here, pick up the third ghost mushroom, and you are free to go. Like you can look out. Now, why did I use mind vision? This guy. I used to, like, when I would come here, I used to consistently dodge him, but then I realized that I don't really care about this part, because like 3 ghost mushrooms spending all this time, like, no. However, you can actually observe his pattern. Like when he patrols, he comes here every time, but he either turns this way or turns that way. And what you can do is actually like observe him for a bit and like run around him. That's what actually I'm going to try to do. If I fail, I will die and I will respawn, and I will do a second run. Okay, he's going that way, so run here. See? You can dodge him rather safely. Now, don't rush. There's a warpwood pod here. It's not always safe. But if you hug the wall and run past it, even if it triggers, see it triggered, but didn't damage me, didn't do much, right? Come here. From here, cross over to this side. That's the path that we need to enter. Get on top and run. Now, see? No. None of these invisible boys. Like if you approach this place slowly, you'll see them before they see you, just like back there. So no one here. If there's a ghost mushroom here, pick it up. If not, go this way. And along this road, there's a patrol who comes out, I think, all the way up to here. So you might encounter them at any point. Now we need to go kill them. This is a long run. This is a boring run. Ah, there he is. You could dodge him, like wait for him to like go outside of the patrol area and like run in before he follows you in, but it takes a long time. They're slow, so it's faster to just kill them. If you have like enough mana, you can fairly easily kill them. But be sure to have a full mana pool, fully healed up, because if he catches you with like very little mana left, it's difficult to kill him. It's doable. Essentially what I do is you renew yourself and just keep wanding him, and that kind of gets him down. But honestly, it's best to stay at full mana as long as you can. Now, once he's dead, You come here. Boom, boom, boom. Jump on top. Again, the last ghost mushroom spawn is either here or here. Regardless, once you come all the way to the end, this is where your run ends. What you do is you can sit down and drink, and you log out. Now, wait until this drink debuff gets to 20 seconds, and then click logging out. And this way you will stay logged in while you're drinking, making sure that you take advantage of the full duration of the drinking. And you'll log out just in case, just in time. Now, right now we need to reset this dungeon. The problem is we need to be outside it. That's where your alts come in. This is my alt, Meet Big Fat Tank. He's a warrior. I use him to tank stuff. I love him, actually. The warrior is extremely fun. I should talk about it later, but regardless, I log on to him. Now, all this time, my alt is offline, but I have him parked somewhere else. What happens? Yeah, boom. Quickly to a group. Okay. Now, this guy is parked in Ajara, right? Why Ajara? Because when you log on over to this account, my main character is offline. He's still the leader of the group. I need to reset the dungeon. And I will reset the dungeon if I'm the leader. And that actually takes, I believe, 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes for my main character, since he's online, to lose his group leader privileges and for them to land onto me. You can't make your alt a group leader if he's offline. So no, you can't do that. So what I do is I have this guy parked here, and I just fish. And I like Ajara because during daytime, i.e. before 18 o'clock, 18 time, realm time, you can fish in the Bay of Storms, and you get winter squid. If it's evening, i.e. after 18 o'clock, i.e. 6 p.m. basically, after 6 p.m. Server time, you can fish here on this small lake, Lake Menar, over here. It's pretty close. And you have a chance to catch raw nightfin snappers. And these are extremely important for nightfin soup. And this is the food that we talked about in the consumables video. This is the best healer food, so you'll take this. Now, once 2 minutes have passed, like honestly, it's like 1, 2, or 3 fishes, so nothing big. Your alt will get a group leader status. In chat, you'll see you are now the group leader pop up. This means that you can safely right-click, reset all instances, yes, and it will write Maul has been reset. Now, this happens. What the reset did is it pushes my character to the beginning of the instance. It pushes me to the entrance. And I can make another run. Go for another run. I log out. Gradually wait down. And I will log into my main character, and he'll be at the beginning. What I'll do now is I'll do a fast run. I'll use the trinket, I'll use everything, and I'll show you how you can do it quickly. It's a bit more risky, but once you get used to it, it's fairly doable. Now look, I'm logging back to the character. Since the instance was reset, I am now, boom, back at the entrance. And I immediately run. I put the Aegis here. Back to the wall, wait for this guy to leave. Get to this crack. Okay, go. Hey, Pistolin, tell you what. Go run. Yeah, he just took orders from a dwarf. Loser. Okay. Now, normally I would jump down there when I didn't have the Aegis, but now that I do, I'm not gonna do that. I jump down here. When it's safe, I'll pick up, renew myself, pick up a dream foil. There's actually Crumb's blood here. This is awesome. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm going to pull those guys over there with my wand. I run here. Oh. Nah. Yeah, I'm dead. See, that was stupid. Yeah, please ignore. Anyway, this is actually a good example. If you die, what happens if you die? Technically, the run hasn't begun. I haven't started killing things, but anyway. Don't pull those guys. They will kill you. If you die, the fastest way to get back... now, I'm assuming that you have done Dire Maul before, and I'm assuming you have died in Dire Maul before since you're level 60. But instead of going around to the main entrance, you can actually go this way and run up here. I honestly don't know if this is like something most people don't know, but it's like shortens your run time a bit. It's still a while. Now notice, if you die, it takes you about a full minute to run back, maybe even 2 minutes, 3 minutes, right? So it's very important to take caution first and risk later. Only risk things if you're used to them. I, for example, did something stupid because I got distracted and I backed into that death lash and he killed me. This is gonna happen to you. Get used to the sight. At first, when I got used to, when I started getting used to Dire Maul East, I would die all the time. Always to the patrols. I would either get too greedy and gather a herb for too long, or I would like back into a patrol. I'd forget about a patrol. It's a pain. It's a pain. It's gonna happen. Accept that it's going to happen and move on. Personally, to me, that has been the best policy when trying new things. As you accept that you're gonna fail and then go. With that mindset, it's not gonna be terrible for you if and when you fail. So you will be more willing to try it again. If you run in and immediately try to emulate one of those like super fast runs, like 500 gold per hour, all that stuff, you will most likely screw up. And if that's your expectation, then you're gonna have a bad time. See how long it took me? Do I have any? Doesn't really show me when I died, so I can't really give you a good timestamp. But you'll probably see down there on the video durations, probably like 2 minutes or something. Running is a bad thing. Now, renew. Now make sure the patrol is not here. Like, since we have been in here already, the patrol is probably in that over there. But still be cautious when approaching this, because he may have come back. Now, jump down. Now, this stone, I know that this rock right here is safe. So let me buff up, drink, and eat at the same time. Okay, now, again, what I'm gonna do, pull these guys, run here, pull these guys with the wand, run around from behind that tree and pull those guys as well, and run into them, and that's about the time when all two groups catch up with me, and that's where I fight them. Don't even try to run through here. As you noticed, this guy is gonna kill you, so you have to run around. Since we are running around, that's the next point that you're gonna have to take into consideration. Ornate spyglass. Yeah, these guys, this patrol. These patrols could kill you. essentially, as you're pulling these groups with you from here, they could catch up to you. See, it's pretty dangerous. So make sure to go once they have left. See, he's gone now. I can pre-shield. I can start going. Pull, run. I don't even look to see if the one attack landed. One of these guys went. Now they're following me. Now I'm pre-shielded and run into this group. Then activate my Aegis and I attack. And see, like, there's small heals there. They're coming. I'm standing with my back to the wall. The Age of Preservation is up, and I'm spamming Holy Nova. With the healing from the Aegis and with my Holy Nova, I can out-heal their damage. Not ideally, see, they still got me to 80%. That's why stamina is important. But with this one quick movement, I took down 3 of these groups. And then, of course, the looting session, reactivate inner fire, and keep looting. Again, you can't see the loots because that's somewhere else, but I don't know if you can actually hear in the video, but I hear a few items get picked up. Ooh, a box. Again. And no loot item, no boxes. Okay, good. And that's the 3 items. You can do this multiple times. Now let's go to the next one. What I do next. Of course, along the road, pick up any of these herbs. Ideally, like in the beginning, I tend to run in that direction, because sometimes herbs spawn like here specifically, so it's worth my, like, I think a Dreamfoil spawns here, so it's worth my time to first run over here, pick things up, and then start farming. But you'll just get used to it. It's a matter of preference. What do we get? Bloodlust Epaulets, Intellect Stamina. Not bad. Okay, here you can actually run on this side. Just stay close to that route. Wait for these guys to leave and run this way. Let me throw a lockbox. Not bad. I'm actually leveling a rogue, so this could be useful. Sit down here, drink. Now, this group is isolated. I don't use the Aegis on them. I just like kill them normally. Take a while. If I'm too impatient, I'll use Inner Focus to cast my shield and then move in. That could save you a few seconds. But personally, I use Inner Focus to like refresh Power Fortitude and and Divine Spirit on myself. That's up to you. It's personal taste. Again, when backing away, remember to not be backing into some other mobs that you don't like. Use these, loot them, and run. Now, no book. Okay, sadly I won't be able to show you picking up the book. It's normally like trash. It's either a thoroughly read copy of Ned Pagel's Extreme Angling. Yes, I remember that name by heart by now, so many times I've seen it. And Pocket Lint. Like 2 gray items. They're trash. You can't really read the book, so it's not worth collecting. It's not worth much either, as some gray items are, so just don't pick them up. I run here. Now, what I do next is actually go in this direction, because I take these 2 groups separately, and then I go there and take these 2 groups and finally end it. However, my Aegis of Preservation is on cooldown, and I actually want to try something. If you're careful, and if you have a lot of stamina and a lot of mana, it is possible to take 2 groups at the same time without this trinket. It doesn't always work, so I'm still getting used to that idea, but it's possible, and that's what I want to pull off. Because you have a large mana pool, you can afford to cast Renew on yourself while you're doing it, and that's what we're gonna do. Pull these guys. Wait for them to run up a bit. Okay, and straight up run into that last group. And once you're there, cast Renew on yourself and just keep casting Holy Nova. And the Renew is gonna actually keep you alive for a bit longer. You're still losing, I'm still losing HP, see? So it's not foolproof. But since I have a lot of stamina, I have pretty decent healing gear. Although, like, I have 600 plus healing in these. It allowed me to kill 2 groups at the same time without the use of the trinket. This is the second like combo group that I do. And then finally, by this time, your Aegis will have cooled down. Well, my Aegis has cooled down. This is the way I do it. You may find some other method, some other route. But by this time, either if you take those two groups first and then come to these, regardless, by the time you've done 2 groups, the Aegis will have cooled down. Let's dodge these and turn. Boom, losers. Okay. Actually, I believe this pillar is a spot to avoid mobs attacking you if you like stand on the tip, but I don't really want to bother with that. Okay, now we're back here. Again, there's one group here and there is one group there. Drink first. What I'm going to do is, again, as normal, pre-shield. I put a shield on myself. Then wait for it to max. Pull these guys with the wand. Pull them through here. Ideally, like, stay as far away from them as possible. You don't want them to start hitting you. And run here and pull those guys. In fact, I think I used to do this the opposite way. Okay, patrol leaving. Again, make sure the patrols are leaving. And look, it's important to not wait until the wand hit has landed. That gives you about a second of extra time of running. Target these guys. Wand them. Then I can refresh. Okay, activate my Aegis. I had to refresh my shield because I didn't do it as smoothly as I could. But okay, and the Aegis allows me to like fairly easily kill these guys, out heal them, without even using Renew. And boom, done. You loot these guys. You pick up any herbs that are left. I'm actually gonna do that now. Loot, 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 loot. I swear I hate this looting. Okay, done. You pick up whatever herbs are left. For example, Dreamfoil. Okay, there's Dreamfoil left. Here it is. Pick it up. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Okay. Pick it up and run back. And I'm done. This is where I actually stop. I don't bother with ghost mushrooms. I come, sit here. I wait for 20 seconds. And I click log out. Now I actually have to open general because Dire mobs 80 time 14 minutes. Like, this is the add-on I have, which I want to share with you. NovaInstanceTracker. Like, install this add-on, NovaInstanceTracker. What this does is tracks instances. This like saves each instance of dungeon that you've entered and sets a timer. these resets have a limit. You can only have, I believe, you can only reset 5 instances. No, on Ermys. You can only reset 5 instances per hour, or I believe 20 in 24 hours or 30 in 24 hours. I don't know the high limit. But this allows you to watch the timer you have for how much time you have on the daily lookout. No, at first this is not gonna matter to you. At first you're gonna spend about 20 minutes per run, and you will not be able to do 5 runs per hour. But I don't know if I actually have a decent history. Okay, does it show? Yeah, see, like some of these runs, they can be down. I got them down to like 10 minutes. I think I had 8 minutes somewhere. Yeah, see, a full run in 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, right? When you do runs, when you get those runs up to that speed, and that's gonna happen when you get that, and I repeat, Aegis of Preservation from Blackwing Lair Ebon Rock. This thing. This when you kill like more than one group at a time, you can get it down to like 9 minutes, 10 minutes per run. That means you're gonna do 5 runs in like 45 minutes, 50 minutes. For the remaining 10 minutes, you fish with the alt. And this add-on, NovaInstanceTracker, this thing, just write this into Overwolf, I believe they moved now, to CurseForge. Basically get this add-on, and it will show you how much time you have left. Like it looks at all characters, as you can see. And this allows you to this lets you see whether or not you can go back in. Because here's the problem. If I were to, like, I reset the instance right now, right? Now this is the second reset. If I reset more than like 5 times in an hour, i.e. I reset it, then on the 6th time I go in and like the full hour hasn't passed since my very first entrance, my character will be sent to frickin' Ironforge, because I have a Hearthstone Ironforge. It'll be sent here. That's what it normally does. It sends you back to where you had your Hearthstone, and I got really annoyed when I first jumped here. Make sure to have this add-on again, and just like chill out and do some fishing. Fish-wise, again, I highly recommend Ajara. During the daytime, fish on the coast and get some of those awesome winter squids. And during the evening, fish at the small lake and get those nightfin snappers. These nightfin snappers you will use in your raiding, while these winter squids turn into, we discussed this earlier, but through cooking they turn into grilled squid, and this is the only agility food in the game. This agility food is special because this fish is seasonal. It does not show up during the summer, i.e. real-time summer. So during real-time summer, the price for this food on the auction house jumps high. So what I do is during winter, I farm this. I send these to my alt. I'll actually show them to you. Why not? I send these to my alt, and my alt puts these squids in the bank, and I keep them there. And once summer hits, once these squids are no longer fishable, I sell them. I'll show you. Ermys boy, this guy. Hello. He used to be my disenchanter as well, but since I started leveling a mage separately, I gave her enchanting, so she does the enchanting. This guy is basically my bank. I'll show you what I mean. Can I just have this guy parked in the bank? Why am I showing you this? But regardless, we're here. We're friends. In the bank, boom. These are my squids. This isn't much, really. Ideally, you'll have bags full of it, and you can. I bought my epic mount with these. Essentially, you can get a bunch. So, that's your cycle. That's your cycle. Do this repeatedly for a while. Remember to have herbalism on, because most of the money, not most, a good 40% of the income that this instance can generate comes from the dream foils and the Grom's bolts you pick up from the ground. So that's all that I wanted to show you. Try this. Don't worry about failing. You're gonna fail. It is fine. Okay, we wear cloth. Repairing cloth isn't really that expensive, so you will be fine. Good luck, and I'll see you all later.